Evening. We have 10 p.m. It's 28th of November 2022. As usual, a wrap up of today of building another good day of building Uniflow from the ground, from zero to hopefully something. We are almost at the end of creating mobile application, but I would say we are almost at the end for past few months because there were quite a lot of problems along the way that you can really watch everything in the previous videos because I've recorded every single day for past, 356 days, I think, right now. That's the 356 episodes, I think. So yeah, quick wrap up of today. So in the morning I had few interviews with the guys. There weren't nothing really special, unfortunately, but they got the assignment. They have time till Wednesday. I also sent some assignments to the guys who I've spoken last week, and they told me that they need the time till Monday to get the assignment because they're finishing some stuff. So I sent those assignments as well. Then I had a chat with Muhammad again because we rescheduled that from yesterday to today. We were talking for around 2 hours about really the whole idea because he had some questions in terms of what do we really need to build from the technology point of view. So he needs to understand it to architect that. So we need to so we can architect that properly later on. So yeah, we had that chat about all of those stuff that has to be developed, the coins, the why do I would like to make those coins and what are the reasons for it. So he could more understand because he's very religious, so some of the stuff that are in the traditional financial world doesn't really appeal to his religion, and he cannot work with the startups that or companies that are doing the normal traditional finance stuff. And I've never was into moving all of those traditional finance stuff into our startup. I would like to do stuff differently, more for people than for money for myself. So we really align with that probably at the beginning when we started talking to each other, but right now he had some questions in terms of that, whether I didn't change my mind, whether we're still going with that. So yeah, the whole conversation went on about that. We made some plans. I asked him whether he would like to participate in the interviews tomorrow because I have 5 interviews tomorrow, one after another. He agreed, so that will be interesting to see how he is actually on the interviews, whether he has some experience. I don't think he ever interviewed anyone, but with his knowledge that we've spoken last week a few times and today and all of the stuff that he's talking about, I know that he's knowledgeable, so I don't think there will be any issues with interviewing other people who are less experienced than he is. But again, I will run those interviews even though I don't have as much technical experience, but I've done so many interviews over the past 11 months that I know how to really run them, and he can just look, and if he needs to ask some questions, he will ask some questions. And that was my main really thing today, that I was on LinkedIn sending messages, setting up interviews, really inviting people to connect with me. Again, on Mondays I'm HR, and then throughout the week I'm just literally using all of the stuff that I've made on Monday and making those into the meetings and then another meetings, and then yeah, so throughout the week hopefully I will manage to find another 2 people. The problem I faced today is that I supposed to meet with Nkiruka yesterday, but we haven't because in the morning she didn't respond to me. In the afternoon I didn't really have time because I spent most of the day with Jay. And then so we're supposed to meet today, but she didn't respond to me at all. So one thing is that something could happen. Either she doesn't have electricity because she's from Nigeria, or she just decided to ghost me, which is also possible, but I don't really think so. So I didn't meet with her. She's supposed to finish her task today and start the next one, but from obvious reasons that we didn't meet, I don't know what's going on with that. And then around 5 p.m. I met with Jay as planned, and he was working the whole day on the structuring of the whole functionality that we are building, the last one. And yeah, he managed to structure it. He said that right now it's going to be much easier because he was thinking about the structure for the last 2 weeks, but he wrote it today, and he said that from now on it will be much easier to actually write the rest. I think 6 or 7 different functionalities that has to be embedded in that one, that will create that one big functionality that will allow our users to see the future of their finances. That's the goal over here. So yeah, and after that again, I spent time on LinkedIn and trying to invite more people, message people, and and hopefully I will see the results of that at the end of the week. My plan was a little bit different today because I wanted to actually start reading, go back to the book How to Architect Enterprise Blockchain, but I didn't really find the time for that. So hopefully right now after that video I will manage to sit down and read a little bit for probably an hour, and then go back to watching Lex Friedman podcast and making notes about that. Regardless of that, thank you very much for today, and I see you tomorrow.